So good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
I was looking at my calendar and discovered that I was here on 28th of January 2012. So exactly 7 years and 11 months to the day. Once again 28, but this time of December. I'm not going to ask you if you remember still what I have preached about. That will not be fair. Every year we all receive some nice Christmas cards. We see a lot of poinsettias and candles and stars and angels and wise men and shepherds, twilight portraits of Bethlehem. But we never see a Christmas card or church bulletin with Giotto's painting of the massacre of the innocent. The story we just read, or that our sister Ramiro read for us from Matthew chapter 2. We don't expect that to see in the portrayal of Christmas. The previous days we have concentrated on the bright side of Christmas, the tidings of comfort and joy, and that is good. It needs to be done, otherwise only the commercial aspect of Christmas will remain, and we don't want that. On the other hand, the Bible is realistic in portraying the darkness as well. It's not only light and glory, it's also darkness and death. And we better not to close our eyes to it. We live in a world where mothers still lose their children, a world where peace on earth is still more hope than reality, and we should not gloss over this episode because it also belongs to the Christmas story. Otherwise, the Rachels of this world will write us off as hopelessly out of touch. They will conclude that our Christmas story is pretty hollow if we pretend that the lowing cattle and the angel voices are the whole story. I don't know if you still remember, but in January of this year, the dam at Corrego de Faio in Brazil, in Brumadinho, was letting loose, and a massive mud flood followed, which destroyed the mine offices during the lunchtime, and several roads and houses and farms, and the final death toll was 237 people, and there still are 33 missing. So almost 270 people lost their lives. And those families had to face the first Christmas without them. Rachel, weep. In March, over 1,000 people lost their lives in Category 3 cyclone, which made landfall on Mozambique, wreaking havoc in Zimbabwe and Malawi. The entire villages have been inundated, and over 1,000 people lost their lives. Also in April, next month, during the Easter Sunday, a series of bomb blasts in churches, hotels and housing complexes around Colombo in Sri Lanka killed more than 250 people. And their relatives had to face a Christmas for the first time without them. Rachel weeping. And this week, we had a reminder this week, on Tuesday, 25 people were killed when a passenger bus plunged into a ravine in Indonesia's Sumatra island after its brakes apparently malfunctioned, as the police said. 25 people killed. On Christmas Eve, a London-based pastor of Redeemed Christian Church of God, Gabriel, 52 years old, and his son, Praise Emmanuel, 16 years old, and his daughter, Comfort, 9 years old. All three of them died in a swimming pool at Club de la Costa World in Fuengirola on Spain's Costa del Sol. The report suggests that the daughter Comfort struggled in the water before her brother and later father jumped in a failed attempt to rescue them. And just yesterday, in Almaty International Airport in Kazakhstan, a Fokker 100 plane with 980 people on board crashed, killing 12 people and injured more than 60 others. And you had this year, 2019, your share of sad events as well. Can you hear Rachel weeping? Remember Rachel? She was the wife of Jacob, one of the mothers of the Jewish people. In Genesis 35, you read that she was on the road to Bethlehem when she died in childbirth. But while dying, she still with her last breath named her baby Ben-Oni, which means son of my sorrow. But Jacob ignored her last wish to name him Ben-Oni, and he named the boy Benjamin, and Ami, which means the son of my right hand. Which no doubt was better for the little boy, but it did silence the dying mother's voice. And so she was buried alongside the road in Bethlehem. Now, Hebrew scholars remind us that Ben-Oni can be also translated as son of my strength. And so when the father renames him as son of my right hand, which can also be translated son of south, and it's because in Hebrew you don't have the consonant, you have only the consonants, you don't have the vowels, so depending which ones you add, both names can go both positive and negative. That happened in Genesis 35. But 1,000 years later, Jeremiah watched Rachel's offspring trudging into exile down the same road near Bethlehem. After the siege of Jerusalem, in which many people starved, and assault which took 1/3 of population, which fell to the sword, the Victorian Babylonians' army now dragged Jews off to Ramah, where they formed a holding camp, where they chained the people for the long march northeast to Babylon. And so another third of population will be taken off to Babylon. What a grim place that must have been. And in Jeremiah 31, verse 15, the prophet wrote, "A voice is heard in Ramah, Rachel weeping inconsolably for her lost children." 1/3 of population of Israel, or Judah, the southern kingdom, died in the siege of Jerusalem. Rachel is weeping for her children. Do you hear Rachel weeping? A Christian author, Wendy Zoba, writes, "A mother weeping for her lost children is as it gets in this life. It's God's metaphor for anguish." So think of Olubunu Midia from London, weeping for her son, Praise Emmanuel, who was 16, and daughter Comfort, who was 9. Besides dealing with her husband's death, who was 52. Think of mothers of soldiers and saviors killed serving their country. Think of mothers in Sudan who risk their all trying to locate their kidnapped, enslaved sons in today's world. Think of all mothers who are wandering dangerous streets looking for wayward children. Think of all mothers bereaved by senseless tragedies. A woman named Vickeline Haycraft wrote the following poem addressed to God after her 3-year-old son Benjamin died suddenly on a playground because of the genetic disorder. She says, "How can I say all that's in my heart? Did you turn away? You let my boy die. You could have him. I never said goodbye." So she speaks for all the Rachels of this world. Can you hear them? Can you relate to them? And not only 1,000 years after Rachel, Jeremiah picks up the story, but 700 years later, after Jeremiah, Matthew picks up the story. Because Herod gave another generation a reason to mourn. This paranoid king, who had already killed some of his wives and a few of his sons, and others that he considered a potential threat. So when the Magi come to him with the news of a newborn king, he's going to kill a bunch more. And interestingly enough, Matthew says this is a prophecy fulfilled. You see, Matthew has learned to read his Bible, that is, his Old Testament, through a new lens. Everything that happens now in Israel's story is seen as a part of the new story of Jesus. Jesus is part of the story of Israel. And whatever happened to Israel is now happening with Jesus. And so he sees the fulfillment not only of explicit predictions like that he will be born in Bethlehem, but he sees certain events as fulfilled in the story of Jesus. And so repeatedly in chapter 2, Matthew says, and this happened to fulfill what the scripture has said. And that's why we read in Matthew 2:18, and this is what was said to the prophet of Jeremiah that was fulfilled. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more. So Matthew connects that Bethlehem's grief of Rachel with the echoes of Jeremiah's generation, and Jeremiah connected that with original Rachel crying for Benjamin. Matthew says, in the region of Bethlehem and Ramah, there is weeping again. And this weeping reminds us there is a non-romantic side to Christmas, to life. Now, I don't know about you, but has anyone else besides me ever wondered why, if God could send an angel to warn Joseph and Mary to flee in the preceding verses, 13, why did he send an angel to the other parents of Bethlehem? How come that Jesus escaped, but all those babies of Bethlehem had to die? Was there no angel who warned them? For that matter, if God ever intervenes to deliver, why not in our family? With our loved ones? Have you ever wondered why God does this? and doesn't do that? Why does he do this, not that? We can understand how Herod operates. Herod the Great, he knew how the world works. He was married to at least 10 wives, most probably 12. He had 43 children, or at least somewhere in that neighborhood. Most of his marriages were politically motivated. They were all about obtaining or holding on to power, because he knew how the world worked. Power is important. According to Josephus Flavius, the Jewish historian, there was only one wife that he truly loved. Her name was Miriam, and he was kind of obsessed with her. She bore him 5 children in 7 years, but ultimately he did not trust her loyalty, and so he had his wife Miriam, the only woman he ever really loved, executed, just to make sure that he could hold on to his power. And well, he didn't trust her mom, and so he had his mother-in-law executed as well. And then it's not surprising that he had 2 of his brothers-in-law executed. And when the 2 of his sons who were born to him by Miriam were getting a little ambitious in his mind, he had both of them smothered to death. And when his barber spoke up for those 2 sons, he had his barber executed because he thought he might be too dangerous if he defended the 2 sons. When Herod the Great was on his deathbed, he had another son that was under guard in prison because Herod thought he was a little bit too ambitious. Herod was 5 days from dying when the son in the prison somehow heard that Herod already died, so he tried to bribe the guard to get him out of the prison. The guard immediately went in and told Herod, and so Herod had his 3rd son from Miriam executed just 5 days before he died. And when he knew that he was dying for sure, he knew that people of Israel would have a party when he finally died. Nobody was going to be sad that Herod the Great died. So he came with a devilish idea. He had 70 of the most elite citizens of Israel imprisoned and placed them in Hippodrome in Jericho. And he gave his sister Salome instructions that on the day he died, all these 70 people need to be executed, put to death, to make sure there will be grieving and tears in Israel on the day when Herod the Great died. This was the fabulously wealthy Herod the Great, the king of the Jews. He knew how the world worked. He watched the rulers come. He watched the rulers go. He watched the rulers rise, and he watched the rulers fall. He knew who were the players and who were not the players. He knew who counted, and he knew who didn't count. He knew, much like in our world that we know, how to outmaneuver, outweigh, outsmart, outfox, out-intimidate other people. He knew. And then one day, some strangers came to Jerusalem. There were visitors from the east called Magi, men of wealth and importance, from an area that was before known as Persia. And they began to ask the question in Jerusalem, where is the one born King of Jews? And because Herod is not a Jew, he's Edomite. He's from the Esau line. He knew the king of the Jews is a political type. Herod's children didn't get it after him. He got it for money. It cost him a lot of blood. So when these strangers showed up and said, where is the one born king of Jews? you understand why the scripture says, when Herod heard this, he was disturbed. And you understand verse 3 in chapter 2. And when Herod got disturbed, all Jerusalem with him. Because when Herod unhappy, nobody unhappy. Nobody is going to be happy in Jerusalem. And so you understand that when he feels threatened, Herod the Great is not going to stop from killing the babies of Bethlehem. When he discovers and pretends that, oh, I am interested, tell me more. I want to go and give him some special gift. What kind of gift is he going to give? Now, historians tell us that Bethlehem at the time of Jesus had about 300 people. Definitely not more than 1,000. It was just a small insignificant village. So, what in your mind from the children's stories was a national genocide, actually, they want to guess how many children will be in Bethlehem? In a village of 300 people? Not more than 20. Between 12 to 20 children. But still, tell this to the mothers who are weeping. 20 children, no big deal. They are weeping. They cannot be consoled because their children are no more. Verse 18. No angel came warning them to go. But this is why it's so important that Matthew connects Jeremiah with Rachel. Because yes, on this day, Israel mourns and weeps. But Matthew says, there is weeping in Ramah, and the rescue is on its way. Matthew is showing that Jesus is bringing deliverance when everything seems bleak and hopeless. You know why? Yes, the angel warned Joseph and Mary, and Jesus escaped from Herod this time. But 33 years later, under Pontius Pilate, he's not going to escape. He is going to die. God did not spare his son. In Bethlehem, God's son had a narrow escape. But on Golgotha, he is going to die. So that you and I might escape. On that Good Friday, no angel will come to Mary. You see, it wasn't a Good Friday for Mary. It wasn't a Good Friday for Jesus. God was silent. No angels. And that's why Matthew says, Jesus, in the end, is the only one who was not delivered from evil. And that's why there is comfort for Rachel. Yes, she's crying today. But if you read the verse in Jeremiah that Matthew quotes, if you read chapter 31, you will discover that it's the only sad note in otherwise hope-filled chapter. A voice is heard in Ramah, mourning and great weeping. Rachel is weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because her children are no more, says Jeremiah in 31:15. But according to Jeremiah, God hears Rachel. God cares about her grief. And God intends to do something about it. Out of her grief and cry, God will bring tidings of comfort and joy. God will come to the rescue of his people. Restrain your voice from weeping and your eyes from tears. And notice, he doesn't say, oh, don't worry, everything will turn out all right. No. Certain things in life don't turn out well. As the mothers of those babies in Bethlehem can tell you. But this is what he says in Jeremiah. I, the sovereign one, I will make things right. The sad situation of exile, it's not the end of Israel's story. It may seem as a sad day when they are all chained up for a long march to Babylon. It may seem that the nation is gone, with one people dead, 1/3 of people dead, 1/3 of people marching off to Babylon. But this is not the end. It may seem to look to you like that, but the story of Israel continues. This sad situation of Bethlehem babies is not the end of the story, says Matthew. Jeremiah says the story of exile is not the end. Matthew says the story of Bethlehem is not the end. Matthew knows that the time foretold by Jeremiah when the story of Israel will be rescued and reversed has come now. Remember, Matthew writes after Christ died, and he writes in the light of Christ's resurrection. Matthew not only knows the Christmas story, but he knows the Good Friday story. He knows the Easter Sunday story. And Matthew knows that this baby of Bethlehem, that through this baby of Bethlehem, God is actually working for the salvation of all babies of Bethlehem and everybody else. Do you still remember the picture of 3-year-old Aylan Kurdi, the Syrian boy who drowned in the Mediterranean Sea and was washed up on the seashore? When that picture was flashed to the media, Angela Merkel said, we need to change this. We cannot continue like this. That picture of that boy changed the situation. Matthew says, those 12 to 20 children of Bethlehem, it's a sad story, but it's a reminder of the rescue from its way. That can console the Rachel's cry. The only boy to escape Herod is the only one who can bring comfort to Rachel. Why? Because ultimately, he didn't escape after all. He lived through that brutal night of Gethsemane to be brutalized on the cross. And there he suffered the worst the world can do to him, redeeming all the darkness, all the suffering, showing us that God is always working for our good. When Jesus suffered the consequences of our sin, by dealing with our sins, he began an age-long reversal of the curse, undoing of sin, and the reversal of death and all weeping. Yes, in this fallen world, grief is real. It's part even of the Christmas story. It's part of our lives, but it's not ultimate. Because Rachel will be comforted. Loss is keen, but will not have the last word. Ultimately, weeping will turn into joy. And Matthew is honest about this side of Christmas. Dark side of Christmas. It's dark, but it's not the whole story. And he reminds us, it's part of the story, but it's not the most important part of the story. The only boy to escape Herod is the only one who can comfort Rachel. But why? Because one day he will do away with all weeping and crying. One day all that will stop. The day of the Lord, when the day of the Lord comes, and remember in the Bible, the day of the Lord is not the second coming. We have been singing, "Let all tear be dry." I said to Mandela, that's a little bit premature. Not from the perspective of 28th of December. From the 28th of December, as Paul says in Romans, we should cry with those who cry and rejoice with those who rejoice. Because grief shared is grief half, while joy shared is joy double. The tears are wiped out after the millennium. But God does not wait until the end of history to comfort His people. He comes to us today and assures us that He loves us and cares for us, even when we cry and it's difficult for us to be consoled. Just as He came to that American woman named Pamela, about whom I read some time ago. She started a ministry called the Rachel Foundation for Family Reintegration. The foundation provides help for families whose bonds of love have been damaged and destroyed by addiction and alienation. Sometimes people wonder why Rachel's Foundation for Family Reintegration. Where does the name come from? They think it was named after the daughter of the founder, but not so. Some years ago, she was struggling to keep her children. They have been alienated from her. They have been taken away from her in a prolonged court battle. A lawyer and also a psychologist advised her that her situation was hopeless, that she had better forget about the children and get on with her life. She was devastated. She tried to imagine her life without her children, but she could not. And so she reached out for her Bible, hoping to find some indication that although she was losing her children, God has not abandoned her. And as she prayed, her Bible fell open on Jeremiah 31:15. And she read in her Bible, "A voice is heard in Ramah, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted." And when she read those words, she tossed her Bible aside and collapsed on the floor in tears. But then there was a quiet voice that urged her to read on. Read on. But she said, "I can't. I haven't had it. Anyway, I have closed the Bible and I cannot